What's up, guys? It's WorldCrew. We're back with our friends in TVH, also known as the Alliance. When we got in here, there's actually about 9 members of a clan called NLS. Plus, they had a couple friends in here. So they actually, when we joined, they had us outnumbered. Fighting today is me, World Famous, Paul, Dark Nova, Allegiance, Ender, Clowning, Kai, Anakin, Resptar and Wordmois. So anyway, we got a world crew assemble ping because a couple of our friends were getting teamed on by the 9 or 10 of these NLS guys that were in a server. Of course, once we got in there, the numbers got even, and you know, right here, it's actually an even fight. But for whatever reason, immediately as soon as it's even, a bunch of these NLS guys leave, and they just leave the other guys who stayed to get cooked by us. But you can just watch and see kind of how this unfolds. For some reason, I don't know what it is. Maybe they're just little kids, or they're immature, or I don't know what it is, that like this game, and when people start clans, like NLS is a pretty new clan, although we have had some issues with them in the last month or so. They're a clan that teams a lot. I mean, if they're in the server, that means that they are being toxic. They are definitely mass teaming on whoever's in there. If you just watch the chat, and luckily this video is from about a week and a half ago, but the chat was still normal. But as of 10 days ago, you can still see the chat, and you'll see members of this NLS clan writing easy. They're doing that pretty often. We've seen them do that before, and I don't even know what they mean by that, because they're getting killed like constantly. I don't know what they even mean by something being easy. They're getting destroyed. Are they saying killing them's easy? I don't know what they're trying to say when they say that. Maybe they don't know what they're trying to say either, because it really makes no sense at all. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and switch to my turkey, because I have not really used this Kaiju since it got rebalanced. Lost some speed, kind of got nerfed, so I'm just kind of gonna mess with it. But these guys are not putting up much of a fight, so I don't really feel like I need to be anything too OP. You know, I can kind of be, you know, mess around with this Kaiju. Normally, what I've been trying to do with these wars is try to practice with stuff. Either something I don't use, or haven't used, or barely used, or just practice with something that that I know, but it has been rebalanced, and I'm not used to the new balance. So I'm gonna switch to this turkey and just see. It's way slower than it used to be, so that's not so good. But I think in this war, with the kind of fight these guys are putting up, it doesn't even matter. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I don't know why these newer clans, they always start off being toxic. Not all of them. You know, TVH, for example, these guys are just actually nice guys who, you know, are not bullies and not trying to use the fact that they could be in a server with a bunch of guys. You know, if you're in a server with 3, 4, 5 people and you jump one guy, yeah, you're going to win that fight. You know, the NLS guys are going to do that, and then they're going to write easy after 5 guys jump one guy. I don't know why there's such a, you know, why there's such a desire to mass team. This game, unfortunately, especially in younger players, it can bring out like the toxicity in a lot of people. That's my only, you know, I think everyone here loves the game, even the guys we're destroying right now. They probably love it too. But this game does tend to bring out like toxicity in a certain type of person. And that's, you know, that's a shame, because it doesn't need to. There's no reason that everybody shouldn't be able to be in a server together, getting along, enjoying the game, win or lose. You know, it's still fun, and leave all the toxicity out of it. You know, it's a PvP game. Generally speaking, and this is what, you know, this is just how it is. The people who have more experience, and I'd say experience is mostly valued in kills. So, you know, whoever has more kills should probably win a fight. That's kind of how it is. It's not, there's nothing to be toxic about. You know, person who's got more skills, more experience with, you know, a wider variety of kaijus, person who has maybe more things maxed so they have counters. I mean, old KU was really about counters, so that kind of turned the game into more of a chess game than anything else. When KU went down and then it came back, you didn't have that many kaijus to pick from. Like, right when it came back, it only started off with like 8 kaijus. So, I mean, kind of leveled the playing field in a way, which I think isn't totally bad. You lost a bunch of the super overpowered stuff like Destroya and Monster Zero, but that was good for starters. You know, that was good for newer players. You didn't have these, like, or Eva, you didn't have these insanely powerful kaijus moving through the server that nobody who hasn't been playing the game for a year or two could beat. So, you know, I think, like, in a way, this kind of leveled out the game and made it a lot easier for younger players to survive. So that's the good thing, but the bad thing is these young players are just, for some reason, there's like a toxicity that a lot of younger players have, and if they start a clan, then forget about it. It's like a 95% chance they're gonna just be teaming constantly, talking trash constantly. I mean, it's just so unnecessary. It's just totally unnecessary. And, you know, it leads to situations like this. Like, they did their usual toxic mass teaming that they probably do all the time. They probably can't even help it anymore. But they did it to 2 of our friends. We get the ping, and now we're in here, and now they're just getting destroyed. I mean, you know, immediately half of the NLS guys that were in here flee the server. They leave the last, you know, I don't know, there's maybe 5 or 6 of them still in here. And these guys are just getting destroyed. I mean, you can watch for yourself. They, you know, I mean, I gotta look and see. I can't even remember what kind of experience some of these guys have. But, you know, they're not so great, you know, to be honest. I mean, they've kind of played like newer players. It's always kind of a funny sign if, like, everybody wants to main Thermos or Incineroses, you know, or Vargoths. Like, they remind me of, in old KU, the really toxic clans. They would all be destroyed. Like, when we would fight clans like, you know, NZ clan or AR clan, these guys, you'd be in a war with, like, there'd be like 8 or 9 destroyers flying around. It was so stupid because, you know, if you were a small, fast kaiju, you could just fly in and out and destroy these guys, and that's what would happen. And you could tell, like, even when they were getting destroyed, they didn't have skills with other stuff, and they were just counting on the OP level of Destroyer, for example, instead of using more skilled stuff, smaller stuff, mid-level stuff. But all the stuff, one thing that's cool about this game is that mid-tier kaijus can be great, and when you get really good with them, they're a lot more satisfying to win a fight with than using some endgame. So, you know, the more skilled players will main, or at least, you know, be pretty skilled with smaller stuff, because it's a more skilled battle. You know, if you only have, like, I'm using this turkey or some of these other little flyers that I like, some of this stuff only has like 3,000 or 4,000 HP. So every fight you're in is a real fight. You can never really take for granted that you're going to win. And that's cool. I think that makes the game more interesting. Like, you know, this one guy looks like he's always a Vargoth, and it's not working out that great for him. He's slow. In a war, those big tanky kaijus that are slow, they just get cooked. I mean, if you go and look at some of our other war videos, you'll see us just destroying, you know, other clans that, you know, they're all Vargoths, or they're a bunch of Incineroses or Thermos, and they're just dying left and right. That stuff is not really, it's just too big. It's too easy of a target, and you get picked apart in this situation. And you'll see that's how it is. Now, in this situation, you know, where half of them have already fled the server at this point, you know, guys can just be whatever the hell they want. You know, it's good to have a few guys on the ground. I always look to see what we need. So I never stick with anything in particular. I just look and see, do I need to be something on the ground? Do I need to be something in the air? And just work it like that. And it's good to just be decent with a bunch of kaiju so you have options. Some of these guys I can sort of tell that they maybe need to, you know, max some more stuff, because they'll use something that's not really working, but they don't seem to have like a alternative to move to, you know, like this Noctera right here. You know, this Noctera is not working. You know, this guy, I don't know if he even got one kill, but he's getting killed left and right every time he comes in. So he needs to try to be something else, but maybe he doesn't have anything else, or he's not confident with anything else, so he's just staying this. But on the other hand, I'll give him credit. Maybe he's using this war to practice, which again is fine. You know, this is a PvP game. We're all enjoying this. We would be in a server on this day probably grinding. So I've said many times, like, wars are great. It's a great way, a very efficient way to play this game. You know, I would get in a war every day if I could, because you do all your missions so quickly. You get all your, you know, you get everything done fast, and that is great. It's so much easier getting, you know, 50, I don't know, you probably need 80 to 100 kills a day to do all your missions, and it's so easy to do that in a war. I mean, you do it like so fast, like 20, 30 minutes, you get that, maybe less. So compared to, like, if I was in a server, you know, with, let's say 17, average bigger server probably has 17, 18 people in it, and half the time, a third of those people are like AFK. You're moving around the whole map just trying to find a clean fight to get into. It can take you a long time to get all those kills. So this situation is great. You know, whenever I get the war ping, if I can get on a PC, it's always good news. Like, hey, great, I can do. And I think on this day I still had double missions. So this is like exactly what you want to get into. But anyway, yeah, I don't know why these guys in these newer clans, and again, not all of them, but it seems to be pretty common. You know, like, there's a certain mentality that most people who are in clans have, which gives clans a bad name for sure. We can't stand that. We don't want to be like that. You know, we don't want a team. It's like, there's no skill in jumping something, you know. Only time we do it is if somebody starts teaming on us. And it's amazing how often the people who started the teaming complain as soon as they're on the losing side of it, you know. I mean, I always think that's hilarious. This war is a perfect example. If you read their comments, at some point they're complaining about the numbers, but guess what? They started jumping one or two guys when they had 8 or 9 people in the server. Once the fight is even, they don't like it anymore. Now they're complaining about it. You know, one guy's saying, oh, 3v1 easy in the middle of a war that they started. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like, don't start the war. Don't start teaming on people unless you're ready for people to team back. It's simple. You know, this only happens. All of these wars pretty much all start the exact same way. They all start with some toxic clan or group jumping one of us, one of our friends. They all start the same way. And as soon as we get in there, they're always regretting the decision because they're just getting killed. I mean, this isn't, I don't know. Is this fun? Look at this guy. Look at all the beams hitting this guy. He just spawned in. He didn't even last 10, 15 seconds. He's already dead. Like, he's not getting kills. He's not, when you're dying that fast, you're not getting G cells. You're not getting kills. You're not getting anything. You're just giving XP and G cells to the people killing you. And, you know, I don't know that that's fun. Being in a war where there's a little competitiveness, that is fun. But being in a war where you're getting just completely annihilated, which is what's happening right now, that's not fun. I mean, I'll give a few of these guys credit. Half of their clan fled the server immediately. The guys who stuck around, you know, they didn't give up right away, although maybe it would have been smarter if they had, but you know, they're in here, but they're, you know, I don't really know what the purpose of being in this server is when you're getting killed so quickly and so absolutely. And then, you know, they're still talking trash while they're getting destroyed. I mean, the funny part is these guys are talking so much trash. There's times in here where they're getting killed because they're talking trash. Like they're trying to type some trash talk and then they're just getting murdered even easier, which is hard to believe because they're getting killed pretty fast. I mean, this can't be fun for these guys. I can't imagine. You know, most of our guys are dying, I don't know, 2 or 3 times in 90 minutes. This war was about an hour and a half total. And most of us only died a few times, you know. And we're all playing very aggressive. I mean, I don't think anybody's like trying to heal, flying off to heal. Like, we're just staying in the fight. As long as we have some health, we attack them. And, you know, and then the thing is, when you're beating someone down as badly as we are here, we're doing more damage to each other than they are. I mean, you know, if we were just a little less aggressive, we probably wouldn't have died at all. But, you know, it doesn't really matter. Obviously, we're not going to lose this. These guys pretty much lost as soon as the war started, because as soon as we came in and the numbers were even, they were starting to give up. Members of this clan were starting to leave. And, you know, how do you leave a war that you started? I'll never understand that. Like, you started the war, so, you know, stay in it. I mean, this war ended a lot sooner than I wanted it to. I could have kept going for a couple more hours and really ran up my kills and G cells. But, you know, we're going to fight them right till they leave. I mean, that's generally, and just for anybody who doesn't understand, I know there's some clans now who they're tired of losing, so they're trying to change the way clans win or lose in wars in Kaiju Universe. And let me just reiterate, there's only a couple ways to win. It's real simple. You can fight over a territory, like for example, we are fighting here in Florida, and at some point one of the teams is going to take and maintain Florida. As you can kind of see, if you look, it's really just our side. There's going to be a lot of moments where you don't see any of them. And when you do, look at this. When you do see them, they're getting beamed by 2 or 3 people, which, you know, isn't good. But, let's see here. Yeah, I mean, they're just getting destroyed. And, you know, this isn't, I would say this isn't fun for them. Oh, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But look, you see that guy? He spawns in, he's talking trash and not focusing. Not that he has much of a chance, but I mean, you know, he's just getting killed right away. Running around, he's not hitting anyone. You can't fight like this. You know, and maybe what they ought to do is reconsider how they play. I mean, we don't like to just jump people, and we aren't doing that, okay? We will jump someone who's jumped us. And once that starts, we're going to fight until everyone is out of the server. And that gets to the second point I was making. There's 2 ways to win. You can take over the territory, which obviously if you look, that's basically what's happened. But also the other way to win is to run the other team out of the server. And that's it. Those are the 2 ways, you know. Those are the 2 ways that one clan wins over the other. So as you can see, if you look, you know, you can barely see them. You'll get 1 or 2 spawning in. Like I said, half of the guys fled the server immediately. Had the other guys stayed, they, you know, would have been a little more competitive. But look at this. We got the one guy talking trash, and there he is, getting cooked. You know, they're not focused. They'd rather be toxic and type something toxic than fight you. And, you know, look at where it's heading. I mean, I don't know, is this fun for him? I mean, I guess I could have asked him. Is it fun getting just stomped? You know, and it's totally avoidable. Like, we actually would prefer being friends with other clans instead of enemies, but it's not really an option sometimes. I mean, you know, you got these guys there jumping you. What are you going to do? You're going to fight back. So, oh, there's one of those invisible M-beasts. So many weird things happening in this game right now. But it doesn't even matter. But I mean, look at all the beams that are hitting this guy. You know? It's like, come on. Why? But yep, they're getting cooked. And the thing is, just don't jump people. This isn't going to happen to you if you don't jump us. And now it looks like the last of the NLS guys have actually left the server. And we can huddle up, get a little victory pick going, and, you know, win a pretty easy war, to be honest. Yep, they're all gone. Alright, well, that's it for right now. Thank you for checking this video out. Hit those like and subscribe buttons. We will see you next time, but first, I got this little preview for you. Coming soon to a server near you.
In the 21st century, a weapon will be invented like no other. This weapon will be powerful, versatile, and indestructible. It can't be reasoned with. It can't be bargained with. It will feel no pity, no remorse, no pain, no fear. It will have only one purpose: to terminate as many players of Kaiju Universe as possible. This weapon will be called Dark Nova.